What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Warboy Podcast. Today it is episode 214. And I was expecting to have a lot more transfer portal news to report on and dive into today, but that is not the case.
Arguably better for you that there isn't as much today.
Yeah, I mean, hey, from an overall college football fan perspective, this is great that we aren't seeing a bunch of major names enter the portal right now. It's good that this isn't the window that people were anticipating or expecting, but people are still suggesting that they're waiting for their last NIL paychecks to roll in before they hit the portal. So the portal is open until the 31st. So,
one thing that I know you didn't get to finish your intro, but let's actually just start with this.
I'll be honest, I didn't quite have an intro.
One thing that I'm realizing is if I'm the people at EA right now, I'm like stressing. I'm like, one, I'm thankful that nobody's in the portal, but two, I'm stressing the fuck out because of the fact that, do you know how many people, if you opted in, how many people, if they hit the portal, you're like, shit, we got to rearrange this right now. We got to like put you on a different team, got to go through all the numbers and everything. Like, that's just a pain.
Yeah, I feel like it is a burden, but I feel like, and not necessarily the worst thing in the world for them.
True, but considering that whenever a player gets traded like late preseason in Madden, they don't update it for like 2.5 weeks. It's a little concerning. And that's one player, by the way.
I think also this might add up well. The deadline to enroll or accept being in the NCAA game is also April 31st when the transfer portal closes. So maybe they were setting that deadline expecting like, hey, a bunch of these guys probably not going to be on their teams in a couple months. But yeah, I mean, shit, we haven't even technically gotten an official release date. We haven't gotten like a gameplay trailer yet of NCAA. We're just banking on July.
Hold on, wait a second. Breaking news. Breaking news.
NCAA?
Yes, it is. Oh. The NCAA has approved the new transfer rule allowing athletes immediate eligibility if they meet specific academic requirements.
So Michigan won't be participating in these, but okay. Fair. Yeah, that's not great. Wait, just football?
I'm assuming it's
all college.
It's probably all college. You can't be like,
yeah,
no, this only works for football. It's probably all college athletics.
I'm just thinking basketball for like just how basketball transfer portal is just hilarious. How that opens before you get bounced for March Madness. In theory, Dan Hurley could have been recruiting in the transfer portal, preparing for his Sweet 16 matchup.
Yeah, is that tampering for basketball? Is it tampering above the board, or is that just in football? Like what?
I'm pretty sure if you're Kentucky or like a Big East team or Duke or North Carolina, you're allowed to tamper. Pretty sure you're allowed to. Okay. Don't quote me on that.
How do they feel about hamburgers in that situation, though?
In the Big Ten, hell no. Hell no. In the SEC, Google McDonald's bag man.
You need the
Google McDonald's bag man. All right, SEC, and
you could say they really had a
valid there.
In there. They had multiple McDoubles in there.
It's praised there. Widely accepted. Multiple Big Macs.
Multiple Big Macs.
Nuggets. A lot of nuggets to go. All right, you'll be well fed on your way back. But college football. This is nuts now. I do think they are going to be changing the transfer portal windows, though. Like the December period, they got to get rid of it. Like there are some periods where they just need to eliminate it. It's just,
I mean, with the playoffs coming in, they'll have to change it for football. Like you can't, with the playoffs being until January now, right? The dead period.
Yeah, I mean, if I think like the Natty will be like the week of the NFC AFC championship.
No matter what, those weeks, especially after teams have been eliminated, there's going to be contact. Like it doesn't matter if the transfer portal is open or not. There will be contact.
Caden Proctor.
Yes, exactly. But like for the sake of for the sake of fairness and head coaching hires and the cycle and all that, I feel like the portal shouldn't open until January. And Then
Yeah, and
you'll
I feel like the
I
dead
mean, there's a
period should
dead
be extended.
there's going to be a new dead period because there's always a couple months between when you're supposed to be on football and it's going to start in like what April, May. So there's going to be a dead period anyways. Just start it in January. It's going to condense the portal and recruiting, but at the same time, that might make things easier because once you're on a roll, if you're a coach, you're like, I'm just going to knock this all out right now, and instead of
Well,
it
I
just
just
being
think this
prolonged.
spring portal option is just very bad for the sport.
No,
Like,
I agree. Well,
so
no,
bad.
you know that I said last time. I said fully,
Yeah, we went over it. Just like,
yeah, I hate that. I think that it's
so many
horrible.
different perspectives. Like from player perspectives, from coaches, it's like shit. Like I don't even know if this guy's gonna be on my team in the
School
fall. Why am I
NIL,
giving him
like
reps right now? Like,
school NIL, NCAA game. There's so many. If you're Iowa, so many different reasons.
yeah, I mean, damn, bro. They need that help on the O line. Well,
They
not even
need
necessarily just on offense. All right, they need that help.
They needed something.
But shit, I mean, to a degree, I can't really blame Caden too hard. He just want to go see a Caitlin Clark senior season run. So I can't blame. All right, I can't blame him. He want to see it live in person. So but I guess we're gonna stay on college football. I guess in terms of big time news coming down, former 5-star corner Cormani McClain has entered the portal. That's a big name. And Everett, you had to have seen this, but if you want to transfer to Colorado, Everett, you have to either DM Shador or Shiloh, and Shiloh made it very clear that Colorado is not last chance you, Everett. He made that very clear. So,
I think that was clear when Deion came in last year with his Louis. So I mean,
yeah. The Colorado experiment hasn't quite gone to plan. Even though, to be honest, like the fact that they even like what were they 5-7 last?
I'm just saying, if like let's say in a hypothetical world,
that was better than expected.
Let's just say in a hypothetical world right now, Caleb Downs was in the portal. Okay. You're telling me Caleb Downs would have to DM Shiloh to have an opportunity to go to Colorado? You're telling me that's what would have to happen? I believe
that's what the rules state. I believe that's where we are in the state of the Colorado football program, Everett. So, but Everett, defense, Shiloh, offense, Shador. Okay, so yeah. At least they divvied that up. Okay, they are showing some organization.
Can you imagine, Grant, if it was Ohio State and Ohio State was like, okay, offense, you're gonna have to talk to Emeka Egbuka if you want to come. If you want to come over,
DM e2.egbuka, and for defense, DM at King Burke 10. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
Like, what?
It's hilarious. It's ridiculous.
And I know they were fully serious about that.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, no, like it's now being joked around and stuff, but like they are serious about it.
No, yeah, like I mean, if they actually now, I'm all for players recruiting players. Like if anything, that's one of the best ways to recruit. Like when it comes to guys who can legally tamper, it's any player who is in high school currently committed, like class of 2025 guys, any of those guys currently committed to Ohio State, well, they're allowed to text any of their high school peers and tell them, hey, come to Ohio State. This is the NIL deal. Like that's legal. Well, maybe not the NIL part, but the come to Ohio State part, legal. They're definitely including the NIL figures in those texts too. But
the McDonald's bag is there.
Oh, the McDonald's plane has flown out to wherever they're from. Yeah, I love having money now as an Ohio State fan. It's great turnaround from 2 years ago. I mean, Everett, you remember this podcast 2 years ago? It was gloomy. It was gloomy when it came to NIL. But very exciting times right now. But they were dead serious about the DMs. But if they actually wanted to attract guys to come to Colorado, Shador and Shiloh themselves should have been DMing everybody in the portal themselves. That's how you actually make some type of impact. But they're already, I don't know, playing the big man card, acting like, oh, I mean, we're Coach Prime Colorado, so we don't ask you to come. You ask us to play for us. No, guys, stop. Like that's just not how this works. I know Ohio State is like on their hands and knees for top recruits in their DMs. Like that's how this works. So yeah, Colorado. It's, yeah, no, they are last chance. That was an awful thing to include. Like now everyone's gonna just be calling them last chance. Should not have said that, Shiloh. Should not have included that.
I'm curious if that was like instituted by Deion or Shiloh and Shador were like, you know what, we're gonna take accountability. Like let's do this. I
actually have no idea. I honestly have no idea.
I don't know if it's worse if Shador and Shiloh did that on their own or if Deion was like, do this. By the way,
I would say it would be worse if Deion said it, which makes like I'm giving Deion the benefit of the doubt, which maybe I should.
That is a horrible look for draft stock for next year too. By the way,
yeah, I would assume Shiloh and Shador did it on their own. I would assume
it's one thing. It's one thing where, which is still a bad look for Deion if they're like just doing this.
He lets them do that.
Yeah, but I like just it's such a bad look and I get like some like quarterbacks or whatever, they're like, hey, DM me if you want to practice or something. You're at home, right? Like you see it. I see that all the time. But that's completely different.
DM me, like contact me. I just feel like that's just such a bad look.
Like if I'm an NFL team right now looking at this, I'm like, that's not like a trait that I'm really looking forward to. Like I want you to reach out. I don't want people to have to reach out to you.
Yeah, it's like I want my quarterback to be very confident in himself, like thinking he's the man, but like this is more so arrogant and
like not like, even Caleb Williams did that. And that says something.
Yeah, I know Caleb was in Jordan Addison's DMs. I know that.
Like Caleb was actively going to recruit people, not trying to just be like, yo, I am the guy.
I need to see what Caleb DM'd Marv last offseason. I need to know. I need to know right now. So
yeah, can we get like a source in on that? Like, does anybody we know have access to some DMs that we can look into?
Yeah, I mean, let's just say right now it's quite funny seeing just the different fan bases, just what they're doing when the transfer portal news. So many accounts are making fake Hayes Fawcett things, being like breaking news: Jeremiah Smith has entered the portal. I almost cried this morning. Then I realized it was fake. But thank God it was fake.
Yeah, you almost got ball sack sports. That would have been real bad.
Throwback to that actually, I almost got NBA sentled. Like I.
Yeah, no. This podcast started in peak ball sack sports movement, so we've had our fair share of experiences.
Yeah. But college football, I was kind of expecting more. I guess last kind of rumblings. Some people are suggesting is that former 5-star DN Keon Keeley is rumored to potentially enter the transfer portal. And I think his recruitment would be down to Ohio State and Notre Dame, which there's a heavy favorite between that battle where he would go. And if he came in, then a potential Kenyatta Jackson departure would be bandaged. I still don't want that to happen. I love Kenyatta, but I would kind of be surprised if he stayed. But we'll see. Looking good so far. Only one guy has hit the portal from Ohio State so far, Cedric Hawkins, a DB. Safety. Only one guy so far. So
yeah. I mean, we've had two guys as well. I just think everybody was expecting in general across the board for every school that there to be a little bit more.
I was expecting more. Yeah. Happy there isn't though. Yeah. You got any more college football stuff? I got a quick shout out I want to give
for college football.
No. Different sport, but we could stay on college football.
Okay. No. You're good. Give your shout out.
Okay, quick shout out, quick little MLB. I'm not sure if you got anything in MLB.
That's exactly where I was gonna go with the MLB. That was my next step.
It's about damn time, Everett. It's about time that MLB franchises realize that they themselves have to put in some effort marketing their players because the MLB won't do it for them. So I want to give a massive shout out to the Pittsburgh Pirates organization. They are waiting to call up Paul Skeens, who's having an excellent start this season in AAA, although very limited amount of innings. I think he's only pitched 10 innings so far. But they are waiting to call up Paul Skeens, probably first to delay his contract time. But more importantly, they are waiting until Livy Dunn finishes her LSU gymnastics season because they want her to be in the stands for his MLB debut. Oh my God.
Now, do you have a source on this, or is this
kind of a rumor tweet joke slight thing going around?
It makes sense.
I'll verify,
makes sense.
but this is genius.
Now the most unfortunate thing of all of this is Paul Skeens will end up on the Dodgers or the Braves in about 4 seasons.
Yeah, 5.
Maybe the Mets. Also possibility.
We'll see. I mean, he's gonna get traded for a haul, absolute haul. But I was listening to a quick little clip of CC Sabathia this morning, and he was saying he thought he was MLB ready his last season at LSU, last year at LSU, he thought he's already MLB ready. He's already thrown 102 with like a 93 slider with ridiculous like foot plus.
Hey, Tulane scored a run on him. Got one.
I'm not lying. Put that on the resume. Like when CJ Beathard beat
Aaron Rodgers,
and Josh Rosen, like throw that on the resume. Like hit RBI off Paul Skeens his last year at LSU. I know what I'm talking about.
That immediately should get you at least a single A contract. At least.
Minimum. At minimum, a week in the starting lineup in the single A. You have to prove yourself past that. But
nothing else is guaranteed. Kid. Nothing else is guaranteed. But
you get 7 starts. I can guarantee you 21 ABs, kid. All right.
Yeah,
show me what you can do.
We can get there. Grant, in other news for the MLB, it's that time of year again. We suck.
Oh yeah. Oh, we want to talk about some more early season Dodger struggles?
Yeah. No, we suck.
Yeah, it's kind of a yearly tradition. The glaring concern right now, of course, is the 7 through 9 hitters. They have been awful. Absolutely awful. Chris Taylor, I believe, is 1 for 39 this season. Maybe.
Yeah, don't look up that batting average. Do not look up that batting average.
Yeah, Chris Taylor, he is 1 for 35. My apologies, Chris. Not that awful, but 1 for 35.
1 for 35. I would still say it's pretty fucking awful.
Currently repping a .029 batting average and a .195 OPS. He's got a negative 0.5 WAR on the season. He's awful. For
reference, after one game, what's Andy Pages' batting average? Just for reference.
250. So in 31 less AB. Well, actually, in Andy Pages, the very first pitch he saw in his MLB career, he hit for a single. So it took Andy Pages 1 pitch to do what took Chris Taylor. I believe he got his hit a couple days ago. So what took Chris Taylor like 29 ABs?
Yeah, no, that single A batter versus Paul Skeens is looking at him right now for that.
I love CT3. He was a guy I hate to see this happening, but hey, if there's one thing Guggenheim has taught me, sunk costs exist. And it's all right. It's okay to bite the bullet sometimes because we got to win. All right. And just because the guy's getting paid $15 million doesn't mean he has to start every day over the guy making $700K. All right. That does not mean
he needs to be on the team either.
True. Great point, Everett. Yeah. So when it comes to CT3, I love you, but we're going to look to other options. Maybe send him down for a little. Let him get his groove back. Let him dominate in AAA. Let him get his confidence back.
If he can't, well, that's a problem. He shouldn't come back up.
Well, good luck, Charlie.
That will be somebody that we used to know, as the song goes.
Yeah, but he's had a rough time. Kike went deep the other night. Big for him. He needed to get something on the board. Outman's been looking a lot better too. Has been struggling recently, and by recently I mean near term recently, past 3 games from a past 10 game sample, much better. But Jason Hayward's coming back. He got hurt after the first series, so that's going to be very big. We do need some more lefty hitters in the outfielder, and not many available to get right now. Pages is a righty. So yeah, Pages, I mean, he also played some great defense in center. Maybe we can have just an everyday center fielder there in Pages, have him, Teoscar, and Outman or Hayward will come in against righties and then against lefties. Still got a problem on that third outfielder between Kike and CT3. Shit, we're still looking. We're still looking, but 7 through 9, a lot of problems there. Maybe, hopefully Pages can at least give us a little spark right now, like Outman did last year. You know, doesn't need to be a phenomenal 7-hitter the whole year. I was texting you, if he could hit 260 for us, that'd be great. That's putting a lot of expectations. That's very tough to do. So I'm not going to expect that out of him. Would be great though, Andy. And I will just say, last fun fact of the day, I loved hearing this. I believe for the past 3 years, Andy Pages has been a top 10 ranked online MLB The Show player. So he's a man of the people as well. Andy Pages, he is our guy. But a lot of issues 7 through 9. Another issue, which I'm not too concerned because he still has 1,000 OPS this year, but Shohei Ohtani is currently 1 for 19 with runners in scoring position this season. One thing I've been noticing, and I don't hate this. I actually like this. This is kind of a formula to winning in the postseason. He loves to swing first pitch. He always goes for the home runs, which I love. I'm never going to ask him to not do that.
Here's my thing.
But I think, yeah.
I think that it's just the fact that he's on the Dodgers now, which is why we're noticing this. I feel like this has probably been a trend for him like the past couple of years. And we just haven't cared at all because we have not watched his games nor followed him. And Angels fans just have many more problems to look at than that. So
yeah, I mean, realistically, like
they're just happy that he got 1 for 19. They're just the one they're happy with. So
we've seen the pitching strikeout highlights. We've seen him hit home runs, but like I haven't sat there watching full ABs over an extended period of time from Shohei. I just been noticing he's very aggressive first pitch early in the counts, which I'm not mad at. I love that. If anyone, he deserves to have that green light for how well he hits. He's still 100th percentile in all the expected batting stats ever. Like I'm not going to tell him to do anything differently.
Eventually it's going to fix itself. It's eventually going to happen. And he's also just gotten very unlucky. I think statistically, he is one of the more unlucky hitters this season.
Yeah, I mean, slight concern, slight positive. Shohei Ohtani has been one of the least lucky hitters, most unlucky hitters in baseball this year. Mookie Betts has been the luckiest hitter in baseball this year. So expect a Mookie not drop off, but he's not going to sustain his.
He'll come down to earth,
his 1,200 OPS,
or he's about to have one of the best batting seasons that the MLB has ever seen.
Hey, remember, early season Mookie is different. Hey, we're not even in May yet. Don't even get me started on Mookie in May yet. Okay, that's his month.
Oh no, May Mookie is it? You know, alliteration. Not it. September Mookie is it's September shit. That's what it is.
I miss me some September Justin Turner, damn it. But I hope we can get some good August, September Ohtani.
Oh, you mean Timber Turner? No, Timber Turner was it.
Ooh, I don't think I've ever heard of that. But shit, that works. I mean, 2022, Justin Turner was the best hitter on the team for the last month of the season. I will never forget you, Justin. But I guess another slight concern, Freddie Freeman, sub 800 OPS. The slugging's been really down, only 1 home run. He's not roping doubles like he was last year, but he is the 3-hitter. Mookie and Ohtani are going to be on base. He's just trying to get hits and hit them in. So I'm not necessarily too mad. If anything, Will Smith, pretty sure over 500 batting average with runners in scoring position this year. So
gross. 10 years. We have him for 10 years.
140.
10 years.
Phenomenal.
Non-deferred, though. Not deferred.
Oh, no. A little. Not.
Oh, there is a little.
Not a lot.
Not. Okay.
Like, Mookie and Freddie have some baby deferrals. Or not Mookie, Freddie has a bit of a baby deferral.
Okay.
Mookie's is hilarious. Mookie Betts Day is coming. Mookie Betts and Shohei Ohtani Day are going to be hilarious, and good for them. I mean, unless Newsom gets them on the taxes, California State's
That
getting a little mad. But
or we don't win a single championship, in which case,
let's not even say that. I mean, don't need to bring any bad vibes into the room. But yeah, that could be our little MLB update. We went over the pitching staff, had Landon Knack debut.
The one thing we didn't go over in our yearly tradition, I think Angel Hernandez might be outdoing himself this year. I don't know if you have seen the videos on this, but he is consistently struck batters out with some of the worst percentile calls in MLB history. I think it is the worst percentile calls in MLB history. For reference, if you guys haven't seen these calls, he is calling balls that are probably another half a box outside the zone as strikes, and consistently call those, and has struck out, I think, like 6 or 7 batters on those calls consistently. Like, not like they tipped one foul, then there was one in the zone, and they just got one out of the zone. No, it was straight 1, 2, 3 pitches outside the zone. He called all 3 strikes and struck out like 6 different guys doing it. For multiple different teams, by the way. There's no biases here. He's just fucking horrible.
He's bad.
He's just bad.
I think I read this correctly. I'm pretty sure. I can't believe I'm about to say this. I'm pretty sure, though, that statistically, he is not the worst ump this season.
Which is incredible. It's incredible.
Just this season. So,
because this is some of the worst Angel Hernandez bullshit that we have seen in a very long time.
Yeah.
Like last year, he actually was on like a pretty good streak, I think. And now he's just like, oh no, that streak, no, that was a fluke. I got to redeem myself here. Back to the Angel Hernandez.
It was a complete outlier. Maybe his 3-week stretch of over the 92% league average for umps on strike ball calls. But one thing I've been seeing, I'm not sure if it's in minor leagues, what league this was in, but I've seen some baseball leagues, they have a type of challenge system somewhat similar.
Minor leagues.
Where the batter can tap his head and challenge a call, and the ump, there's a monitor right behind him that shows where the pitch is.
So it's they have a digital umpire, I think the minors, where they're calling balls and strikes. And I don't know how it necessarily works, but the idea is that if they challenge, they can challenge the call and they'll go with whatever the digital. It's like VAR, where it's like that's essentially what it is. And the idea, according to like Jeff Passan, is that they're not going to just fully implement the digital refs into the pros, but they're going to do a mix of both. So if you have an Angel Hernandez who is not accountable, who is horrendous at his job and should be fired, they can fire him after having 17 challenges within the first 2 games. So, you get a little mix and match here.
Yeah, I would say,
unless of course a security guard walks in front of you as a head coach while you're trying to challenge, that's a whole nother issue. I don't know if you saw that clip.
Yeah, I did see that clip.
That is horrible.
Now, I was trying to, I don't want to stay on it too long, but like some of my baseball friends had mixed opinions saying that like actually he was allowed to be there. I don't know. I don't exactly know who was right or wrong. It was just a very funny optic to see. But back on the original subject. Fuck. I forgot
Refs?
the point I was about to make. No, I forgot the point I was about to make with it was something with like pace of play, speed of game. Like,
it's not.
I don't think they should like get rid of umps. I think that's just a part of the game. Like, I think it.
No, just like
baseball.
It's the same in any
would
sport.
not let it happen.
It's the same in any
They
sport.
would not
like
let it happen.
even in the NFL, like as much as we fucking hate referees half the time, you can't not have a referee on the field. You have to have them. So I just, it's the same thing with baseball. I do think it's easier to get rid of a home plate ump and then still have other umpires, but just not have a home plate ump. I just don't think that's going to happen either way. I just think that they're going to have a reinforcement and a better system of accountability.
Yeah, I mean, like when I think of on-field umps, I'll never forget that perfect game. The guy was so clearly out and he called him safe. Like that's just one instant moment I'll never forget. But like I'm thinking specifically home plate umpire balls and strikes. Like it's just part of the game having a guy back there, Steve, right? Like that you can't get rid of it. You can't. Like I love this challenge system, but I still need blue back there. Like batters need someone they need a scapegoat to blame when they're in a slump. All right. They need something to blame. All right.
Well, unless you're CT, that is a and then you don't
Yeah,
have
I
anything.
honestly seeing him is just like he is very clearly
I legitimately think
himself right now.
Clayton Kershaw might have the same batting average right now if you put him in there. I legitimately think he might have the same batting average.
Mad Bum would be a better hitter than him.
He would be. He
way
would be.
more electric.
Bartolo Colon. I mean, maybe he's coming back. I mean, he had a home run. CT can't say the same for right now.
Yeah, little Bartolo, but yeah, that was kind of MLB update right there.
Look, so with the NBA playoffs, we're not going to talk too much about this, but one thing that I did just realize, Grant, what team is Chris Paul on this year? Is he in the playoffs?
Golden State Warriors.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna, I couldn't remember if he was somewhere else or if he was still with Phoenix.
Wait,
yeah, no.
I honestly,
Klay
wait.
Thompson,
Were you actually asking me that question, or were you trying to set up your joke here?
Both. I thought that I inadvertently set up a joke. I was gonna make one if he was on the Suns.
The way you phrase that so grand, I was like, where is this going? But all right.
No, but I mean, it still works. Warriors are out. The dynasty has been dead for multiple years. It's just now been officially put 6 feet under.
Are you hearing that?
You telling me you call that shit on Klay Thompson right now, buddy? Call that shit on Klay Thompson and Chris Paul.
That's loud. That is loud.
I can't honestly, I can't really hear it that well.
It's probably so loud that it's not picking up.
I kind of hear it in spurts.
I've never heard them this
active
raucous right now.
So which thing is that the Warriors dynasty is dead, or that Chris Paul or Klay Thompson sucks?
So many all of the aboves. I mean, at halftime, Steph had 4 shot attempts. I was like, is Steve Kerr washed too? Like, what? What
Hey, man, you gotta let Andrew Wiggins, feed Andrew Wiggins, all right?
It's crazy. Like, the Warriors, I saw a tweet from Bill Simmons. Their last 6-year stretch has been crazy. 2019, AD and Klay both tear their Achilles, both Achilles, or was Klay ACL? Regardless, crazy injuries. They lose
Klay
a
might have been both, because I think he had one and then he had the other.
2020 bubble, like awful. 2021 awful. 2022 win the ship, or 2021 win the ship again. Like 2023.
You're telling me that the what? Hold on.
Yeah, dude, the Warriors. What, bro? Wiggins goes to go. Dude, the Golden State Warriors have won the ship and post KD. I know. It's great. That was Steph Curry's only finals MVP. I know, it's fucking nuts.
I forgot they won in 2022.
Remember,
for whatever reason. I thought you were saying
for whatever don't care.
For whatever reason, I thought you were like, yeah, they won in 2021 and 2022. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
21 or 22.
It was 2022. It was 2022.
Yeah, they won one.
Still never got a three-peat though.
Oh yeah, no frauds, absolute bums. And the KD rings don't count. The KD rings don't count. No, they only have 2 rings. So, but yeah, their dynasty's done. Rumors are saying
Clay's a free agent,
and Steph might be breaking up right now.
Clay's a free agent. Publicly, I think that Steph is done with Draymond shit. I think he's just like, Draymond, either go finish your podcast or just stay suspended from the league. Either or. Clay's gone. Like I don't know. Steph's gonna retire in Golden State.
I know.
Like that's the thing.
Steph go to LA to play with LeBron, but
Steph will most likely retire in Golden State. But like 100%. I would be remiss if I didn't say it would be interesting to see if he went somewhere else and what happened. Like shit, dude. So I don't remember if LeBron signed an extension or not, but let's operate as if he did. Let's just operate as if he did.
Okay.
You have LeBron James, let's say Steph Curry wants out. Okay.
And wants to
Just
go to LA
no.
or
Just
just
that
out
Steph
of
Curry
Golden State.
just wants out. All right. Let's just look at who these free agents this year are that are like important because at a minimum, if you have like okay, here are like our free agents. You have Klay Thompson, James Harden, DeMar. D'Lo sucks ass, but D'Lo.
Bro, D'Lo's
Um,
been good. Do not disrespect D'Lo.
I'm
Do
gonna
not
disrespect.
disrespect him right
I
now.
will disrespect D'Lo. I don't think
All right,
LeBron.
man.
Okay, my point's kind of no longer doesn't really work anywhere. I mean, bull. So I maybe it does still work, but um,
Wait, you saying wait, pause.
bull is a
Bull
free
as
agent.
like a marquee free agent?
Yeah,
Is
he's a
that what you're
marquee
suggesting?
free agent.
I believe Bull was like the 12th man on the Lakers a year or two ago.
I don't think he was playing in the NBA years ago.
Uh,
Um, no, I thought that we might have a little bit more of a packed free agent class, and I was like, okay, well, if Steph Curry wants out, then it's really going to be interesting. But I mean, it's really not. Um, although you could see, I mean, the Warriors if they want to retool real quick, bring James Harden in, try and bring Pascal Siakam in.
Harden.
Oh
Man,
no,
that
he's shit. But like, if you're
no, no,
Steph
no.
Curry,
I think Harden's. I mean, he's been hasn't been too great down the stretch, but just Harden with Steph.
3 point specialists, the
It,
new Splash
that's
Brothers.
God,
Hey,
awful.
or Kyle Lowry. You could bring Kyle Lowry in. I don't
Yeah,
even.
no,
He's
no.
38. He is 38 years old.
Lowry did not realize that. NBA. It's interesting time. Interesting time in the National Basketball Association right now.
I want to see
Warriors
who the
dynasty
oldest
wrapped.
free agent is right now. Taj
Okay,
Gibson is still in the league. Didn't know that.
really
You know that Kyle Lowry is older than JaVale McGee?
did not know that. I just know Kyle Lowry, Villanova legend, but okay. Better NBA news. Much more important, much more interesting. Michael Porter Jr.'s little brother, Jonte Porter, Jonte, pretty sure I got that
Dante,
right,
I believe
has been
so.
banned from the NBA for life for his involvement in a prop betting scandal, where I believe two of the largest prop bet wagers placed on the NBA season this year were both for Jonte Porter
What
unders.
was his username also
No,
his
this
first
wasn't.
and last name?
Well, there's two parts. He also bet on games himself. We'll get to that. But first, not Jonte Porter, but a other account. It was when it comes to
Ipe?
NBA prop
Was it
betting.
Ipe?
That'd be funny. When it comes to NBA prop betting, it's
Can you
very
imagine if they busted
big
him
on the
on
star players.
Ipe's bets? Like that's how he got caught is because Ipe bet.
I mean,
So
yeah,
unlikely,
that
but
or Kayshawn.Booty7. I mean, so the list goes on for the potential suspects here. Calvin Ridley, 26. Like, who knows? Who knows what it could have been? JMO underscore SG underscore JMO. I know that's what his account name was. That's his account name for everything. But back to Jonte Porter. First, there was a separate account placing crazy wagers on his unders. And when it comes to NBA prop bets, makes sense. 80 to 90% of the player prop money is on big name players like LeBron, like Steph, like Giannis, Luca, like those players. Very rarely do you see crazy wagers placed on Jonte Porter for one of his props. And in these two instances, these were the two largest losses NBA prop bets for this sports book all season, like single days, two separate dates. Both of these losses came from Jonte Porter unders. And in both of those games, Jonte Porter took himself out of the game after 30 seconds with an injury. So they
I
investigated a
was gonna
little.
say if you're betting on yourself, it's a little bit more of a gray area, but that's a different kind of betting on yourself.
Well, Everett, we're gonna get to betting on himself in a second as well, because he did that as well. So this is the first thing. He was inside trading, letting people know maybe he was being approached by people, point shave, throw the game. But the easiest way for a player of that little importance to hit his bet is for him to hit his under on his own shit. So if I were to guess, he was in contact with someone else. Maybe someone went up to him saying,
It's
"I'll pay you X
I
amount."
did forget. You remember Michael Kendricks, Eric Kendricks' brother, like the catalyst of all this. He's like the very first player I remember getting caught for insider trading.
No, enlighten me.
This was like 4 or 5 years ago. Seattle Seahawks linebacker Michael Kendricks, uh, jail time. I don't know what his jail time was, but like that's kind of what it's not the same because I don't think he was gambling, but it is kind of what I feel like this evaluates to.
Yeah, it says he pleaded guilty to inside trading. So he was involved in inside trading, but he also placed, I believe, 40 to 60,000 in wagers on NBA games. And for at least one of the games, he bet on the Raptors to lose. Very
They
bad.
can't be doing that.
That's where
Can't be
there's
doing
no
that.
way out of that one.
Yeah. Yeah. You
So
can't argue like, yeah, I was betting on myself, like I wanted us to win the
still
count
not allowed.
anyway.
Still not allowed. But at
So,
least
you know what the best
morally
part of
look a
this
little
is,
right.
though? You know what the best part of this is, though? The fact that, so as he's made like $2 million something in the NBA, he only made $20,000 from betting. And
Well, on his bets in his account, I bet whoever paid him off for those unders paid him a lot of money. But like
maybe,
in terms
but
of the bets that he was placing, he did win.
personally, winnings was $20,000.
And
That's
people are
just
like,
sad.
yeah, it's ridiculous. It's absurd.
If I was getting paid $2 million, yeah, no, I could just not touch any betting app the rest of my life and be okay with it.
Yeah, most likely. But hey, everyone
It's hard
goes
for
their
some
own way,
people.
I guess.
Hard for some people. Okay.
But yeah, he
Moving
did
on.
bet on the Raptors to lose.
Moving
So
on.
there's
And
no
what we'll
way out.
finish the episode here with Grant NFL. There's a couple things going on in the NFL right now. We're
I only
heading
got
into the
one little
draft
tidbit, but
next week. First thing from today, I'm just curious how you feel about this. Bill Belichick. Two things with Bill Belichick, actually. First of all, he is going to be on the Pat McAfee draft show next week. I don't know if it'll be him or his dog. It'll be him or his dog. We don't know, but Bill Belichick should be there with Pat McAfee, which will be an interesting dynamic. The second thing, reportedly, Bill Belichick won. Robert Kraft told Arthur blank with the Falcons that Bill Belichick cannot be trusted, and that's partially why Bill Belichick was not hired there. Secondly, Bill Belichick is interested in 3 coaching jobs specifically: the Cowboys, the Eagles, and the Giants. All places where the coach last year was in jeopardy of being let go. Why the fuck the Eagles would do that, we still don't really know. He didn't have Big Don, all right? That's why. That's why.
True.
If I am a coach for any of those teams right now, I'd be a little concerned with having Bill Belichick breathing down my neck this entire season.
Yeah, I'm just reading right now from around 6-7 hours ago. Bill Belichick expected to sign a TV deal in the coming weeks. I believe Saban's with ESPN.
Yes, because he's doing
ESPN.
He's doing the ESPN show with Game Day, yeah.
Okay,
for college football.
Saban ESPN. The rumor right now is that Bill is rumored to join the Manning cast for Monday Night Football. That's what I'm reading right now.
He does not seem like that talkative of a person. I do not know how that dynamic would work.
I mean, to have a Belichick Saban cast. Oh my God. That would
we
be
just
so
get those. All I want, I don't care if
they just go on a side tangent, has nothing to do with the game.
I also
like
don't,
Saban's 2015
literally
defense.
I could not care if it's an every week thing or literally it's just like Super Bowl, college like the Natty, just the big important games they come out for it. I'd be like, that is amazing.
That'd be plenty.
That is amazing.
That'd be if I could just see it one time. Like one of my favorite documentaries. I believe it's on Max, HBO Max. It's just Belichick and Saban. And the very opening scene, I believe Saban asks, "Hey, can you turn the cameras off real quick? Just want to talk real quick." They spend the first 10 minutes talking about the 3-4 defense. did not address family, none of that. They coached together in
Straight into
Cleveland.
business. Straight into business.
Straight ball. Bill was like, I loved last year with that 4-4 multiple, given that look too.
Really sucked that Bill O'Brien couldn't fucking help us when we had him over here.
But like, they're just football guys through and through, and those are the guys I want to hear talk about football. I want to hear what they're thinking when they watch football live for the first time. Like, what is going through their head? I want to know.
Oh yeah. So I don't know. Do you have anything specific to the NFL? Because I have something we might end up going on a tangent on and run out of time with.
Well, maybe we could just the only thing I have written down is so Robert Kraft warned Arthur Smith about hiring Belichick.
It's not that. That's not like that deep of a thing. I'd be surprised.
I feel like that's quite common. I feel like the owners are pretty. Not all are friends. Dan Snyder made that quite clear, but there are good owner relationships in the NFL. There's got to be. So,
yeah, you're curious what that Cardinals owner is doing over there. That's questionable. And Carolina, I don't really know what's going on in Carolina. But all right, great. So
Spanos tapped
in. The draft is in a week. All right, it's gonna be a week from, I believe the first round is gonna be a week from today when this is posted. I want you, not me, I want you to give 1, 2, or 3 of your favorite sleeper picks for the draft this year. So I'm not talking like, let's not be biased. We're gonna take out Michael Pratt and Quan and Sincere.
Define sleeper,
like we're saying
4th round later.
Not like that, but like people that are not getting as much credit right now, where you're like, yo, when this guy gets drafted, doesn't matter. He could go round 2, like late round 2, something like that. Like he's just not getting talked about. And you think that he is going to be very good and is not getting enough credit. Who are your guys?
First name pop in mind, Mike Hall. This is an Ohio State guy. He's like the only like crazy notable guy coming out. Mike Hall, I believe, 2nd highest pass rush win rate in college football for defensive tackles this past season. He's an absolute mauler, absolute animal. He's a guy where probably projected to play 3 tech, but he is ridiculously athletic. He ran I think a 4.78. He's like 300
Could not
plus.
Tell you.
He is crazy, freakishly athletic. I believe he's projected to go late 3rd right now. That's a guy where, oh my God, if the Chargers get him, sign me up, because he can be a threat, not just in the run game and run stopping. That's what he's there to do. He plays 3 tech, but he can also be a really big mess match on the interior line. And if he's on 3 tech, he's going to be isolated with that guard. So you get one-on-one matchups with Mike Hall. That's one guy I really like. I'm thinking just so much with wide receivers recently.
I that was the biggest thing that came to my mind when I was talking about this and thinking about this.
But I feel like I've gone over them so much.
Well, you can get this is different. Like, just if there's one to you specifically where like this guy is not talked about enough and he's gonna do really well, it can be a wide receiver. You have up to 3 different options to fill here. You've already filled one.
I'll say him. I'll say second one, Dallas Turner. Absolutely.
That doesn't.
Does that not count?
Dallas Turner is a hyped guy. Like this needs to be.
I feel like he should be more hyped. I think he should have more hype. I feel like he's being disrespected right now. I feel like he's being overlooked, being compared to pass edges. The dude's an absolute freak. But I won't use that.
I think that's known. I just think that's the fact that there's so many offensive players that are going to be ahead of them.
I think he's being slept on heavy. I want to give a fun name. I want to give guys I've never discussed yet this season. I think of a fun running back right now.
I mean, I got one.
No, but you said this is my thing. I got a fun.
Yeah, no, I know, but I do have a running
back. I might ask for a phone a friend in about 45 seconds here. Okay, actually, we'll just stay on. Yeah, I guess we could just do a receiver that I like. One guy that I really like, or bit of a twosome, but I'm going to count them as one. Jacob Cowing and Malachi Corley, both guys I know. Jacob Cowing, I know slightly bit better from watching him at USC. Malachi Corley, I know because he played against Ohio State for Western Kentucky. Those two guys, I was hearing so many great things about them heading into last college football season. I would say they didn't quite have the seasons they were hoping this past year or what people were expecting them to do. But I'm a sucker, absolute sucker for early production when I'm looking at these guys. And those two guys showed a lot of early production. Don't really think they're getting love. I wanna shit on a guy right now, but that'd be let me
Do
think
it.
of a let me
Do it.
I don't want to. Let me think of a corner. Let me think of a corner.
Like a bad corner or a good corner?
Good corner. Good. We're trying to be positive. I'm trying to be positive.
A lot of choices. A lot of choices.
Nah, he doesn't deserve credit. I was about to give a Georgia guy credit. Nope.
Oh,
Taking that.
Lannister, Leicester, whatever the fuck his name is.
Or
Lassiter.
I guess technically he was a safety or I guess nickel, but I was thinking of
Yeah, I mean, look we can wrap up right after this, but
you caught me. You caught me there.
one
I
one
don't have it
player
on top of my head.
specifically who's a running back I want to give credit to, because running backs are not getting credit in this draft. Jalen Wright from Tennessee. I
Okay.
think he is being very undervalued. He is a very, very fast, very productive running back. I see a lot of different things from him, including a little bit of Alvin Kamara. I think that he could be a X factor in an offense, especially a new age offense. I do also want to have one I'm shitting on player, and you will like this one, Blake Corum. I think Blake Corum is not going to be good, is not going to be a starting running back in the NFL. I think that his comparison, if I were to give one, is Matt Asiata. And I say that in the sincerest way possible.
Matt Nausea. I'm not quite familiar with
Well,
Mr.
you'll want to
Asiata.
look up Matt Asiata. Samoan running back from the Vikings, just like a very big power back guy. Like he could make some cuts, but like a power back guy. And with Blake Corum's size and speed, like I don't think that he is going to be
5'11", 230 for Asiata. Shit. All right. All right.
I don't think that he is going to. I don't think he's going to be horrible. I think that the team's going to have him as like an RB2 or something. But like I don't think that he's going to translate as dominant to the NFL as people are so high on him. I have him valued at like RB8 right now. I don't think that he's better than a lot of these guys in a not so fantastic running back class. And I have major concerns about his efficiency and production at the next level. So I don't really know if you have anything to add on that because you've watched him at least once over the past 2 years, maybe twice over the past couple of years. So I don't think that his situation now is as great as it was before his injuries, and with not having that much speed is going to be kind of concerning. He's the anti Deuce Vaughn.
Yeah, I like before Gus Edwards. We have a deep history together, Gus. But before Gus Edwards was a Charger, I was convinced Chargers were drafting Corma. I was like, all right, come on. He's obviously Harbaugh's going to take him.
Like I think that his ceiling.
See any reason.
I think that Corum's like ceiling his rookie like season is going to be kind of a Gus Edwards. I think that they play kind of a similar way. I think Gus Edwards is faster and he's bigger than Corum. But like playing a similar kind of ball is kind of what I'd see as a current evaluation to a player in the NFL right now. I don't really know. I don't really know what else. Like he was a big goal line back, like the 27 rushing touchdowns in 2023, big goal line back. So, yeah. But, anyways, I don't know if you have anything else to say. I don't know. Um,
I'm just taking a quick last look through some of these players here, maybe trying to find someone that I like, want to shout out. I guess actually, now that I think about it, Braylon Allen is a guy I absolutely
I
love.
do love
I
Braylon Allen. I do think he's getting hyped though.
Yeah, I would say he is getting hype. I guess like one thing about him that is just very cool to me is that he was a 17-year-old true freshman. I believe he's going to turn 21 for the season ends. He's going to be 20 for the entire NFL season coming up here, which is just crazy to think about. And he's already 240. He is big. Like, he is a
Yeah.
big boy. That's one guy I want to shout out, I guess. I can't really
Well,
necessarily think of another one.
I'll say this next week, as annual tradition, I will be giving out my mock drafts on Tuesday's episode. Um, for reference, you got to remember we are college students. We make a very low amount of money, so we will not be paying for PFF premium, or PF whatever the fuck. It's not getting paid for, so there will not be trades in this. But I will have a non-trade final mock in quotations. It's not going to be accurate or indicative of what's going to happen at all because there's going to end up being trades. But I'm going to try and closely approximate the way or position groups that this may go. So with that, thank you guys so much
If
for
you
watching
can
this.
land one trade, you'll have my round of applause.
Hey, I physically cannot stipulate the trade in the simulator without paying money for it. So if you guys want it, go to our TikTok page. Go watch all the videos. Go watch all of our videos. Like, comment. Maybe we can get it to maybe you guys can help get us the premium on PFF. Anyways, with that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening, raise 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and on Instagram at WaterboyPod. You can follow me and Grant on Twitter at EversTakes and at WaterboyGrant. We post new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday on YouTube and all podcast platforms. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications so I don't miss a single episode. We post new TikToks every Tuesday to Sunday, so check us out there for exclusive content as well as on Instagram. With that, we'll see you guys in next week's episode. Waterboys out.